Hello and welcome to the MegaMonsterCast. For today we are talking about the final episode of Gamera Rebirth.
Oh, thank God.
Yep, probably the entire series, definitely the season. I am Nick, with me is Josh.
Hello.
And here is our attempt to put this thing to rest. I'm going to be real honest with any potential viewers out there. It has been a struggle to watch this show. Yeah.
The safest way to put it.
Yeah, episode 4. Again, if every episode was like episode 4, it would have been a great show. It is not.
It sucked that it took half the season just to get a really good episode, and then like the last two are good, not great.
Yeah, they're okay. But yeah, this episode starts by kind of setting up who our big bad threat is for the end of the season. Which I appreciate. Yeah, the moon. I mean, technically you're right. Now, we have a little tiny Gaios who is going to end up being the Heisei Gaios.
Yeah, Super Gaios.
Yeah, which I appreciate the hell out of this. Wish they had done a little more with the design, but I appreciate the hell out of using this one.
Just more bat-like, essentially.
Yep.
But not like cool Noivern bat dragon. Just normal dragon.
Yeah, so we get a little flashback to like this Gaios being captured. And then we cut to present where our scientist lady is badly injured because she made poor life choices.
This is my favorite part.
Yeah, and the Gaios fucking mauls her face after cutting its way through what appears to be Viros's head.
Yeah, it's from when they started throwing all those caged Gaioses in there.
Yep.
This little fucker decided to live.
Yep. He's the little engine that could. And he eats the shit out of her.
Yeah, you heard me like cheer when I saw this originally.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah.
Yeah, it was worthwhile. That was a good end to her character. Yeah, so then we skip over to Boko freaking out because Gamera might be dead.
Doesn't give a shit about his friend John, though.
Or Joe, yeah. I mean, we get a lot of that throughout the episode, too. Not as much as you would assume, but, we get that. We also get Gamera having maybe died, and spoiler by the end, definitely died.
Yeah, and then we get what is still Heisei, but it's Millennium.
Mm-hmm.
I don't give a shit what anyone says.
That's fair. We do get Toto. Which, I'll say this, the Toto design is at least kind of cute.
It is, but God, did he... I hate how he looks fully grown in the movie.
Mm-hmm. That's fair. This one actually does a good job with him. Yeah, so, Tazaki, doesn't really know what to do. He's like, yeah, we gotta help you kids, I guess. We'll try to revive Gamera. By the end of this, I'll become Steve Jobs, but for right now, I'm still a fucking secret agent or some bullshit.
That's very specific of you to call him Steve Jobs.
And considering the way he dresses at the end, it's not.
Why? Why did it happen?
Because they wanted to set up something with season 2, I assume. I don't know what they were setting up for sure, but they were trying to do something. It's never going to happen, so we'll never know what they were doing. But, I'm sure they had a plan for him.
Where he just has cancer and dies?
There is a non-0% chance that was their plan, considering all the fucking kaiju he's been exposed to.
It's all the fucking dust falling from the sky in this
Yep.
episode.
Yep. Yeah, no, there's like so many different ways they could have set that up. And so many people would have been upset if they had actually gone through with that. Yeah, so the kiddos are like, hey, we gotta save Gamera. You know?
Friend.
Yeah, fuck our friend. He's dead. We need to save the rest of us now. And the only way to save the rest of us is by having Gamera alive. So let's make sure Gamera is alive. Yeah.
God, that's such a fucking disappointing show.
Yeah. And I feel like a lot of the human characters don't really do, like, the soldiers, they set up so early. They're in so many episodes, and they only really do something now. Yeah. Same for, like, Boko's mom is in so many episodes, but she doesn't really do anything. Like, the economy of these characters and the usage of them, like, characters are established early to pay them off later, which I appreciate that, but you don't have anything for them to do in the middle, so they don't, like, they're just there in those episodes to remind you they exist.
The only thing that was kind of worthwhile is Tank Guy.
Yeah. Yeah, again. I just think it's kind of weird. Yeah, so we get ugly baby Gaios.
Who grows up to be an angel.
Yeah. And the moon base, on the moon base, they're talking about, like, oh yeah, Gamera's dying. We should
kill everybody.
Yeah, let's kill everyone so we can reset the planet. We have
Is that fully their idea? Just kill 99% of the population and just start rebreeding?
I think it was 99.9 at that point. Like, there's like a point and a bunch of other numbers after it, considering it sounds like it was going to wipe out most of the people on Earth. Like, maybe you'd get lucky, but there weren't that many people in that moon base. So, I don't know.
There was 3 guys and 1 lady.
Yep. I mean, there was eventually going to be 2 ladies, but, you know, sabotage.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then Tazaki meets with the head of the UN. He's like, hey, we need to save Gamera because he's the only one that can keep us safe if kaiju attack. Which, considering it's happened many times, we probably need to be ready. Can we, like, heal Gamera so he's not dead so we have a protector? For some reason, Godzilla isn't in this universe right now, so we need to have someone who'll protect us.
You fucking son.
Yeah. Rodan just flies down. Well, alright, I guess we got this one instead.
Immediately fucking dies. Rodan is fucking worthless.
Yeah. Just bursts into flames. Well, I mean, that's cool.
He's actually burning.
Yeah.
He's dead.
Oh no, it's not. That's not the one that's supposed to be on fire. Shit.
It's not fire Rodan.
Yep. Fuck. All right. Well, that lasted all of 10 minutes. Yeah. So scientists show up. Mothra's just pieced the fuck out. He's flying in space, like, looking around like, I'm not dealing with this shit.
Fuck this. I'm gonna go create a Godzilla of my own.
Yeah. It's gonna be in space. I'm gonna use plant parts to make him.
Yeah. And tiny little human particles that eventually just, for some reason, disappear.
Yeah. Anyway, so the scientists try to save Gamera. They take him to their compound, I guess, that they've made to save Gamera. And Tazaki's like, here's some beryllium. it can fix kaiju, so I think we need to use it on Gamera, so we still have a Gamera for the end of this episode. Turns out if we don't, we're probably all fucked real bad, considering a horrifying Gaios is coming that cannot fly when he first tries.
He's so fucking big.
I laughed when I saw it try to fly and just slam into the ocean instead. Yeah, so the scientists try their best to like, oh, we gotta treat Gamera, we gotta figure this out, we need to use the Aurelium maybe, and we gotta try to like heal it up in time for any new kaiju attacks. So we have a giant turtle-like creature to kill monsters. Which, I mean, hey, considering at this point they don't know that the Super Gaios is coming, like, props to them, they at least had some forethought. Now, whether or not that turns out to be useful.
Because of the children.
Yep.
Not really useful.
Boko cries a lot in front of these. Yeah. And then we get Boko having like a crisis because Joe's dead.
Yeah, you know, halfway through he finally remembers about his best friend.
Yep. And then we get that part in the first episode where he's talking to him through the communicator. Now we get that part again. Now we're at the start of the series. And then we get a flashback to everything that happened with like the whole Gaios invasion. And then so I'm looking at they refer to Tazaki as a guy with a weird haircut, and that makes me chuckle. But we get like all the flashbacks of the various adventures they've had, about how they like were on a boat, they went into space, Joe died. Sure he did. By the end of the episode, you find out he didn't. But considering they're probably not making a second season of this, the chances of us getting any sort of conclusion to that are 0.
Yeah, so just assume he's dead and you'll be happy.
Mm-hmm. Dude, I would love it if, like, they just chose, like, well, we're going to introduce Gamera into the legendary stuff. We're just going to use this anime as, like, the jumping on point for Gamera showing up. He had a bunch of shitty adventures in the 80s.
It's just some kid crash lands on this Earth. He's gone through a different universe.
Yep. Crash lands like, all right, we need Gamera.
Why the fuck do you look like that?
Oh, God. Also, Gamera died in the 80s. What?
The fuck is a Titanic Gamera?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why do you have a scientific name for it already? We just come up with this shit on the spot.
Yeah. We don't really like need to use any sort of logic or reason. We just come up with a cool name, and that's its name. You already gave it the Gamera part. We just gave it something else.
We're gonna take credit for it, and we have to kill you.
Sorry, kid. You're already dead inside. You're dead on the inside. You're dead in the eyes of the public. We're just fixing this issue. Yeah. Also get a little bit of oh hey, Aurelium is what's powering Gamera. Shocker.
What?
Yeah, shocker. Aurelium's what's giving him his powers. This MacGuffin that we've been talking about most of the season, turns out that's how he's able to do all of his crazy bullshit. It's how he's able to turn into a jet.
Can't grow a new limb.
Well, of course not. Otherwise, he wouldn't die at the end. If he can just heal, he wouldn't die. Also, Boko gets a fucking vision, because Boko just has visions, where they find out that the reason the Aurelium's not working is because you need to put it inside of a cage to power up Gamera.
A cock cage.
Yeah, I mean, it's about that size, depending on how big you are.
So pretty big cage.
Yeah, so then Junichi draws like an Aurelium crystal with like wire wrapped around it. It's like, this is what we need. Oh, so we have to make like a coil around this. All right, cool. Why not?
Why not just...
How does
the fuck does this kid just a nose?
Mm-hmm. I mean, like, I know why Boko knows, because Boko had a fucking vision.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so they, the scientists go to work to try to make this coil so they can power Gamera up. You know, way of the future and whatnot.
Future.
And then we get,
They are nearly in the 90s. They need to set their game up.
Oh, yeah. And then we get Super Gaios now going from baby size to adult size real fast.
Yeah, because it ate the shit out of this thing super fast.
Oh, yeah. And now it's a giant monstrosity, tries to fly, and plummets into the fucking ocean because it can't.
Because it's stupid.
Dude,
Instead of learning how to fly, it just ate instead.
Yeah, well, it also has tons of holes in its wings.
Because it ate so fast, it was just stretch marks.
Yeah, yeah. But no, I love that this Gaios is like, again, first attempt at flying, slams into the ocean. Well, I guess I'm swimming now.
Can't try this again.
Mm-hmm. I'm not ready for this. And
guess I have to evolve to be aquatic.
Yeah. And the moon people are talking shit on it. So ugly. It's so ugly. Well, maybe it'll turn into a swan, but probably not because it's so fucking ugly.
I wish one was like, well, it kind of looks like you, Madam President.
She just promptly pulls out a gun and shoots him. Say it again.
I heard it from your niece.
Shoots him a second time. Say my niece again.
My niece?
Shoots him a third time.
Dear God, how many bullets do you have?
Yep.
7 more.
Yep. No, anyway, though, so now they use the fucking coil Aurelium thingy, and it turns out this is exactly what they needed to save Gamera and cause a miracle to happen. And now Gamera is regenerating, but we'll never see that arm grow back.
So dumb.
Yep. That could have been your way of, like, giving him 2 arms for the last fight, but whatever.
Yeah, it could have made him cool again.
Yeah. So anyway, then the Gaios shows up, and the military needs to be ready, because, I mean, this thing is a fucking swimming nightmare. A cool swimming nightmare, but a nightmare nonetheless.
A nightmare. Oh.
And,
so bad.
Yep. And Tank Guy finally gets his due. He
Tank
finally...
Guy and Tank Girl finally get their due.
Yeah, they get to be justified in existing.
They're finally people.
I mean, they've been people the entire time. It's just now they get to be characters. And if anything, them being people early on and becoming characters is detrimental to their peopleness. Yeah, so they fucking shoot missiles at Gaios, and it does nothing, because of course not. We've got to show that the military can't do shit.
Yeah, it's not like they've been able to do anything, previous to any of the other monsters.
Yep.
What would have changed for an even bigger monster?
Yeah, I do like the like beam attack, and it blows up 2 of the ships with like one sweeping attack. I think that was kind of a cool one.
Yeah.
Like again, we actually get like Gaios doing something. It's cool. It's just, again, big problem with this show in general is we don't get a whole lot of the kaiju really doing anything for the most part. Like, we get cool moments, but
that's about it.
Yeah. Yeah, so then the military, again, continue to try to stop the Gaios. Our tank crew started firing on it, which, you know, I'm sure that'll work. I'm sure tanks will be able to stop it when missiles didn't.
Yeah, missiles and torpedoes.
Yep.
Autos.
Yep, I'm sure it won't fire its lasers.
If only they had armor piercing Godzilla tech. You know what? They need Godzilla tech. Where are those little arc thrower things they have?
Again, Godzilla hasn't shown up yet somehow. This is the universe where Gamera is the first kaiju hero.
Well, he's doing a piss poor job.
I mean, he's stopped 4 out of 5 out of 6 threats so far.
And it let one child die.
Yep.
He failed his job.
Yep. He failed at being the friend of all children. The universe is still here, so he did that part, but the friend of all children part he failed.
That's the one thing Atlantis designed him to be, was a friend.
Yep. They squandered it. Yeah, so they just bombard the shit out of this Gaios. And our kids are like, oh, hey, like maybe this will work. Maybe we don't need Gamera. Maybe we can do this without his help. And then the Gaios just fucking obliterates a chunk of the island because now it has a power-up shot. I fucking love this. I love the reveal of like the energy building up around its frills too before it fires. And that basically up until now it had just been doing weak attacks, and it's like, well, guess you're pissing me off. I have to be serious now, and just starts again, like chunks of the island are gone, just chunks of it.
Well, yeah, only a tank could piss this thing off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so then it knocks our tank guy into a trench and advances on the island. And the general or whatever he is like, I can't let more of my people die to this fucking abomination. Let's retreat. We'll let it kill Gamera, and that'll be how we're safe. Because once it kills Gamera, it won't kill anyone else, ever.
Yeah. That's like saying Ghidorah would just come to Earth, kill Godzilla, and leave.
Yeah. It's not
the destroyer of worlds.
Yeah, it's not going to do anything that'll, cause horrifying ramifications to humanity.
God, they really made Gamera's nub look like a little green butthole.
Yeah, I mean, that is like sometimes what amputations look like. Just saying.
Little green buttholes.
You heard it here first, folks. Josh thinks that if you have an amputation, you look like you have an extra butthole. Get in the comments.
Prove me wrong. Send me photos directly.
You heard it here first, folks.
One with the best nub, I'll comment and give you a shout out in our next video.
Goodness. Yep. If we remember, considering this is being filmed like a month out from when it'll air. But yeah, so then the boys freak out. Well, the kids freak out because specifically Boko, because like, oh god, we're gonna let Gamera die. We can't do that.
Because Boko essentially just is Deku in this episode.
Yeah.
He's got to cry.
Yep. But it's okay because his tears move Gamera. And that's how we get a lot of things.
All Might Gamera.
Yeah. We also get Boko desperately trying to distract Gaios by getting his attention, not remembering that this, like, any kaiju that eats him automatically has the Destroyer of Worlds power.
Yeah. Look at me. Look at me. I am the little star child.
Yeah.
From Geed.
Yeah, I'm gonna give Gamera a power up by wishing real hard. Real wishing.
Hey, stop that.
Yeah. So then Boko runs to a cliff as his friends are chasing after him. And they're wishing for Gamera to save Boko, because that's... I mean, legitimately, you have to save Boko or the fucking Earth dies.
This little shit didn't think anything through.
Yeah, I mean, like, he thought, like, oh, I'll save my friend, not, oh, if I don't save my friend, every other human being on the planet dies. My friend being saved is the most important thing, not humanity.
Fuck humanity. Okay, I can actually understand that.
Yeah. But then Gamera does show up, lumbering in after shooting a fireball at the Gaios, because, well, I mean, we gotta have that final fight.
And what a fight this wasn't.
Yeah, this was lackluster. Again, episode 4 is like the peak we get for the fights.
Yeah, I can understand it's supposed to be the people episode, but God, we've had so much people episode. Just give us a good kaiju fight.
Yeah. Yeah, but instead we got a bunch of, like, I don't know. So Gamera shoots a bunch of fireballs. The humans are all interacting, and we see Gamera and Gaios fight. It's an okay fight, but yeah, not the best. Gamera hits Gaios a bunch. Gaios has this cool little fork tongue thing that he's not going to shoot into Gamera's mouth yet, but eventually he will. He does his beam attack thing, but doesn't charge it up this time, so it won't destroy Gamera. And Gamera, in turn, charges up and releases a fucking EMP burst attack, which is maybe the best looking attack of this show. I'm going to say that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's cool. Like, it looks the best. There's been, like, some cool attacks in this one, but, like, this is the coolest looking. So then, again, charges up a fireball, and that's when Gaios shoots his tongue down Gamera's throat.
Oh god, now I have to look it up. Like, did Gamera do it first, or did Legendary Godzilla do it first? I can't remember.
Yeah, so then he gets pumped full of Gaios goo or some bullshit. Because, yeah. We need to have a way for this to end in Gamera dying, and that's the best way to do it. And our military forces retreat because, well, we need to. Well, not retreat, regroup. Because now the thing that was supposed to save us is probably going to die. He saved us, and now he's being pumped full of weird Gaios bullshit. And a lone tank is firing on him.
Oh, they took it from the Legendary Godzilla series.
Yeah. Yeah, so Tank Man shoots Gaios because he's going to try to save them.
See, we just need a series about Tank Man.
I mean, honestly, he's one of the better characters in this show. I'm never going to say you're wrong because he's by far one of the most likable.
This is how we get into, like, the Gundam series. Tank Man's the first Gundam.
Dude, if you want to get into some of that shit, the fact that the next series is made by the guy who made Evangelion, like, we can deep dive. There's some interesting stuff they've decided with the planning, and I'm curious to see how they're going to pull it off.
Oh, God.
Yeah, so then we get a flashback to Brody's mom. No, Brody's dad talking to Boko's mom.
Brody's dad has got it going on.
I mean, out of the two of them, he's probably the more conventionally attractive. Boko's mom has a super fucking weird bowl cut haircut going on.
Dude, it's that fucking chin.
Yeah. But Boko's mom manages to convince Brody's dad to get the military involved to save the kids. So now we get more military bombardment.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, do I risk getting court-martialed or do I save my son?
Yep. Oh, I guess I gotta save my son. I hit him in front of his. I hit him in front of his friends that one time, so I gotta make up for it now.
Yeah, now I gotta make sure I beat him before.
Yep. Then
after he's done with his friends.
Yep. So then they shoot, the tank guy shoots into Gaios' mouth. It pulls its tongue back out. Gamera starts doing like the spinny thing, but then starts spinning around more and becomes a spirit bomb.
God, it does.
Yep, he becomes a spirit bomb, kills Gaios. And then we get the true villains of the episode. The Moon People? Yes, the Moon People. Because it turns out, now that the Gaios is gone, they need to try to do their best to use Gamera to reset the Earth instead. Yeah, because they're hell-bent on fucking resetting the Earth, and now that they can't use Gaios, well, let's do a soft reboot on Gamera and see if we can turn him back to evil Gamera? Red-eyed Gamera? Gamera, but
You're
like
black?
not chill? No chill Gamera? Yeah, no, it's yeah, so they have this thing that'll maybe reset Gamera. Like some sort of the Super Gaios had like a virus that'll turn Gamera back to his original specs. So they can use him to reset the Earth now. Because that would, like, why would they do that? Why would they have that ready? Why do they have it ready?
They have used it before?
Well, like, this was like 3 months ago. Did they know for sure Gamera was going to show up 3 months ago? Like, were they ready for Gamera? Like, I'm assuming they knew about Gamera because, like, the whole Atlantean thing. But, like, did they know Gamera was going to show up to mess their shit up? Like, I don't get it. I feel like there's a lot of leaps in the logic here. But anyway, so now Gamera's evil, and he's going to go eat Boko and restart the Earth. And Boko's like, no, you don't know Gamera like I do. He's chill. He's my friend, and he's not going to kill me.
Until he wasn't.
Mm-hmm. And then Gamera instead starts screaming at the moon. Because even though he's been reset, he's still chill like that. He looks at Boko and he's like, alright, I guess I can't eat you, kid. Can't eat you, my friend. I already let one of them die. If I eat this one, then I don't have a job anymore.
But if I eat him, I get to become the destroyer of worlds.
Yes. But no, instead he his eyes turn back to normal Gamera eyes, starts charging up his energy, and he fires an energy beam at the moon and blows up the moon people base. Which I love that they didn't get it at all. Like, oh, he's gonna restart the Earth now. Congratulations, let's have a cheer. And then they just get wiped out. Oh, he's building up power. Clearly, he's going to reset the Earth for us. Yeah, so laser attack resets the Earth, and Gamera just starts disintegrating. And Boko gets real sad.
A moment too soon.
Yeah. Everyone's real upset about it. Because now they don't have a Gamera anymore. They'll eventually get a not Gamera, but that's a ways off.
Fuck Toto.
I appreciate they at least had a...
He never blessed the rains in Africa.
Yeah. So now, instead of Joe being the one that helps them with their base, it's Brody, because now they traded out one kind of strong boy for a stronger boy. They're working together to make a shrine, kind of, because they lost 2 friends that day.
But only one of them was worthwhile.
Yep. And then we get the reveal of Toto, and we find out that Tazaki has become Steve Jobs.
And that's where it ends.
Well, yes. Because
the next game doesn't matter.
Yeah, because they're never going to make another season, so the fact that Joe is still alive does not matter. Yeah. That was Gamera Rebirth. I was very underwhelmed by this anime. Again, 1 episode was really good, 2 were okay, and 3 were bad. That's a bad track record there.
It really was.
I cannot imagine a worse track record. Well, no, I could, because it could have been all 6 were bad, but God. Again, I have to assume that the budget for this just wasn't very good. It couldn't have been good with how bad this was.
Well, let's find out.
But yeah, while Josh is doing that, my final thoughts, again, super underwhelming. This episode was okay, better than the first 3, about as good as the last one, not as good as 4. I think the show as a whole was kind of crap. If the episodes had been if all the episodes had been this episode's quality, it would have been okay, and it would have gotten a second season probably. If they had been as good as episode 4, it definitely would have gotten a second season. But because they spun their wheels so much in the first 3 episodes, it just really leaves a lot to be desired, and there's a reason why they didn't get another season for it.
They didn't even put out what the budget was.
That doesn't surprise me. What are your final thoughts on this one, Josh?
God, I'm so happy it's over.
Yeah, that's fair. It was a rough sit. Anyway, this is the end of our time with Gamera. Tune in next time where we delve into Singular Point.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Probably.
okay.
I was gonna say it's probably better.
It's better, but I just hope you don't like Godzilla.
I mean,
There's none of that in there.
All right, fair enough. Tune in next time where we don't watch Godzilla. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.